after a week of confusing comments from the White House and the Pentagon, we learned that Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. The Pentagon concealed his hospitalization for 5 days and also didn't disclose that a deputy had to cover for him while he was being treated. Most importantly, even the White House was apparently kept in the dark about Secretary Austin's condition until this morning. Lots of hand-wringing now, right? Most of it I don't really care about. Whether it's capital J journalists on the left incensed at the lack of government transparency, or right-leaning partisans using this episode to take another shot at the Biden administration. The question I need answered is really simple. How does a high-level exec not tell his boss he has cancer and is going to be out of the office and is having someone else do his job? Now, let's be clear. The media outrage over this is largely manufactured. Pious and self-righteous on the left, partisan and mean-spirited on the right.
It's a complete shambles, and it gets worse every day. And it's just so humiliating for America.
Clearly, the ball was dropped here. Clearly, it had potential national security implications.
He should resign. These are serious breaches of trust. They're serious breaches of transparency, and they do ultimately affect our readiness as a nation to respond.
And then there's the wild grandstanding from politicians like Montana Republican Congressman Matt Rosendale on Fox today.
This has been a storm that's been gathering for quite some time, Neil. This displays exactly why the American people are losing confidence in our institutions. Secretary Austin has demonstrated the desire to either mislead or to flat lie to the American public for quite some time now.
Oh, come on, look. I don't even really care about the Pentagon announcing a change in their policies to make sure this doesn't happen again.
And the department is taking immediate steps to improve our notification procedures. Yesterday, the Secretary's Chief of Staff directed the DoD's Director of Administration and Management to conduct a 30-day review of the department's notification process for assumption of functions and duties of the Secretary of Defense.
What procedures? He didn't tell anyone. That's not a flawed procedure. It's a bad decision. But I don't care that much about any of it. What I am interested is just how did he get away with not telling the boss that he would be out for a while because he had cancer? Today at the White House press briefing, spokesperson John Kirby confirmed the fact that President Biden was unaware of Secretary Austin's condition for an entire month.
The Pentagon already talked about when the secretary was diagnosed. It was early December. And as their statement said, in consultation with his doctors, he elected to have the procedure done later in the month to coincide with the holidays. And as Karine rightly also said, the president didn't know about the diagnosis until this morning. But his reaction is he wishes the secretary all the best for a speedy recovery.
Fair enough, but didn't anyone wonder where he was? Look, I remember when I was diagnosed with cancer 20 years ago. I was hosting a cable news show at the time, and I decided I wasn't going to tell the audience or even my colleagues about it. But I had to tell my boss why I'd be out and why. You know, when I came back, I'm going to look a little rough. Some months later, I went public with it, but I just don't get how he thought he could avoid telling the boss. So do I care if the media feels the public has a right to know? Not really. Do I believe that this shows he's fundamentally dishonest? No. I can understand the desire not to want to share a prostate cancer treatment, but I don't get how he thought, in his position, he could avoid sharing this with the president, and how the administration didn't realize that something was amiss for that long. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.